Hi there, welcome to my kitchen. Today I've got something really delicious on the menu, and it is falafel, the much loved dish, street food in the Middle East, and it has become widespread, mainstream, everybody knows it. I like to make it at home because then I can control all the ingredients and make it fresh. So there's nothing difficult about making falafel. The main ingredients are hummus, which is chickpeas that I have already soaked. So this is dry chickpeas that I've soaked the night before in lots of water. I put a little bit of baking soda as well, and this will help break down the fibers. You also use fava beans that have been peeled. Actually, there's one here that still has the peel on it, so you know what it looks like. And again, I buy this dry, soak it in water the night before, and they plump up and they triple in size. Okay, this started off with 1 cup. Okay, so the main thing is to have a food processor. So I start by placing my fava beans. I put my chickpeas, and I'm using equal amount, so half the quantity and half the quantity. Falafel is made all over the Middle East, and depending on which country you eat it from, which region, people make it differently. On my food processor, I'm going to pulse it a couple of times just to break it up before I add the rest of the ingredients. Now I'm making this today because Mimi, my daughter, has all her friends over and they love this. Once it's broken down, half broken down, so it's not very, very fine, it's still rough in texture. This is when I start adding the rest of the ingredients. So garlic, I'm going to use about 6 cloves of garlic, and then I add some onions as well. Now you don't have to chop this very small because this machine is going to do all the work. All right, so that's about half an onion, and also I use a little bit of spring onion as well. So just chop it coarsely. Okay, and we're going to give it a couple of more whizzes. On top of that, I'm going to add the herbs that are going to brighten this up, because fava beans and chickpeas are earthy somewhat and bland, so they really need a lot of help with flavor. This is fresh parsley. Another herb is coriander. Let's whiz it a couple of times more. Okay, sometimes we need a little help, and just push it down with a spoon. Now, all the beautiful, gorgeous spices that make falafel smell the way it does and taste the way it does. I start by putting in about a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon. And then I also add in allspice, ground allspice, again another teaspoon. And then I have coriander, and this is ground coriander, dry, which tastes completely different from the fresh. And then I have plain old black pepper, and what else? Salt. Without salt, it would be very bland. And then, this is the most important spice that goes in falafel. Without it, falafel wouldn't taste the same, it wouldn't smell the same. This is cumin, kamoon it's called in Arabic. I also add in some chopped red pepper. So this is the last stage where I whiz it all together. Now pay attention as you're doing this. You don't want this to turn into mush. And every once in a while I open it up and bring the ingredients down so that it's combined evenly. And I want to show you the texture and what I'm after here. The falafel is just like cornmeal. So I've got oil here in a huge, beautiful wok. Okay, so while that heats up, I'm going to take out my mixture and just place it in the bowl. The very, very last ingredient now to also help the falafel while it's frying to fluff up, baking soda. So baking soda is going to be the ingredient that's going to be the leavening. So this is just 1 teaspoon that I'm just going to sprinkle on and just mix it up. And that is falafel. This is the mixture. Okay, so this is the frying process now. The temperature is at that beautiful 350-degree perfect temperature for frying. Now I'm using a little falafel gadget here, which is handy. You just basically spread your falafel mixture on top, and then there's a little hinge here that allows it to go up and into the oil. Now, if you don't happen to have one of these things, you certainly have 2 spoons, and they do the job as well. So I just take a spoon. Of course, you're not going to get that perfect round shape. There you go. And here my falafel are beautiful, cooking away. Take Mimi and her dear friends with us, and we're going to go to the beach and look at the sunset while we munch on these falafel. So you serve this with tahini sauce and tomatoes and mint and parsley and little hot pepper, and put it in a Arabic bread, roll it up, and enjoy.